Dobar dan, dobro večer, ćao puno dobri ljudi, dobrodošli na kanal Arena Esport. Sa vama Babić od Rivije, Geralt od Bežanije i svi ovi dobri ljudi ovdje. Nastavljamo dalje, istražujemo šta se desilo sa vinom. Ajmo ćelavi, vodi put. Mentolu jedan, ne mogu da ga gledam očima iskreno. Ajmo. Ajmo. Let's get down to business. I frkan. Ma koji signal, druže? Sve ću da ih razbijem iz dva udarca. Koji crni signal, si mi dobar. Ga Geralt.
Relax. Now we wait.
Vi ste ti, a?
Our favorite vintner.
Opa. Vidim u strah u očima odavde. Šta je bilo, buđavi? Šta ti istetovirao lik lice? Kao Riveri.
It's not him.
Alo bre. Šta se zbilo ovo? Kako mi se ovako brzo kvari mač? Šta se dešava više? A ja. Dođi ti šmekeru sa strelama. Samo malo ljudi, on je moj. Ostao si ti, a dođu vam, dođu vam. Easy.
Is it just me, or did we agree you'd wait for my signal?
That was the plan, but...
Great shot. Good thing you reacted. Can't say how that would have ended otherwise.
At your service. It was a good fight. We managed to capture one of the scoundrels.
Let's ask him a few questions. Come on.
Witcher, a moment. I was wrong about you.
Bukvalno, uradili smo ono što smo
Don't need to
došli.
like each other. Just gotta do our jobs.
If that's how you wish to treat it.
Naravno
At
da je
any rate,
tako.
I see the effort you put forth. And I appreciate it.
Nećeš, buraz, da mi uđeš pod kožu. Mnogo me nerviraš.
Not at all surprised. Expected she'd want to oversee this personally.
The master's eye fattens the calf. You're beginning to understand that, I see. This prisoner of yours, bring him to me. We must ask him some questions.
Što je ovo, zverka neka se čuje. Jel ovo batica kog smo... A ne, nije. Mislim da je to onaj što smo ga gledali.
Captain, do the honors.
Who sent you?
His name is Dog. They say he plowed your mother.
Once again, who sent you?
Your nun's lover. They call it...
Wait. If he doesn't wish to speak, he needn't. I can think of several other ways he can be helpful. I'm
Kao na
certain
primer?
the Witcher will need bait to lure the beast of Beauclair.
What?
Da.
Sure can. Fresh out.
In that case, he is all yours.
Captain, have your men find me a strong rope. Kind that won't snap when we hang this fellow from a tree.
Rope?
Live bait. Great for monsters, provided they catch the scent of its blood. But I'll see to that.
What? No. Crikey, no! Don't
Ko je
let
Kriki?
Stop screaming. Save your strength. Got a long night ahead of you.
No, don't let him! I'll talk!
Opa, pričaš sad, a, brate?
Who hired you?
He'll kill me!
Pa i ja ću te ubijem.
Ought to be worried about me right now. Who is he?
Go on, man. Spit it out.
The Cintrian. That is what they call him. I've never seen him, but I know he mustered the men for this caper. That's what they said, that we were working for the Cintrian. I don't know anything else. I swear it.
Mogu
Take
samo
him
bacim
away.
aksi, brate.
Throw him in the dungeon. He shall await trial there. Captain, we ride to town. Gather your men and seek out the Cintrian. Someone else must have seen him, must know of him.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll report to the palace as soon as I learn anything.
I shan't return to the palace. Our mission has not yet ended. The Witcher and I will await you at the guard post near the port.
Ajmo.
Let's go to town.
Ja, možda sam trebao da lutujem ove likove. Nema veze. Kapiram da nemaju ništa sad specijalno. Možda malo zlata, neki ono pileći batak.
He's late.
Relax, he'll come.
There's something I'd like to know. How can you be so damned calm?
Side effect of my mutations. We Witchers rarely get the jitters.
What if something has happened to him?
Captain seems like a man who can take care of himself.
Perhaps he can, but this Cintrian appears to be no common bandit. He managed to steal ducal wine from under my guardsman's noses. We only learned of it through a fortunate coincidence. And it was he who specified the victims for the vampire. One must be exceptionally confident to blackmail such a monster.
Moguće je zapravo da je on
Still don't
posrednik.
know this Cintrian's behind the kidnapping and blackmail. Might have just handled the theft of the wine.
Even if it's so, he then sold the wine to the blackmailers. As I see it, that makes him an accomplice.
Tu se slažemo.
Need to find the Cintrian, whether or not he's responsible for the murders. Even if none of it's his doing, he could still know our blackmailer's identity. Besides, it's one thing to know who ordered the killings. Other thing entirely, and just as important, is why they... Someone's coming.
Ti si bre ti kućo, čekamo te.
Captain, why so long? We expected you hours ago.
This Cintrian does not work alone. We are fighting an organization, not one man. Bandits attacked us, not a small force either. One of my boys has a broken arm, another a shattered knee, lamed for life. And the word on the street is there's a hefty bounty on your head, Geralt.
Nije nikakav problem. Bukvalno.
Used to it. Not the first time I've been hunted.
Must you always? Now, the port warehouse where the wine was delivered, we identified it, then learned who had hired it out. This proved to be a beggar, a stand-in. We found him. He admitted all. A man had paid him to sign the lease, a man he met while begging outside the pheasantry. There, fate lent us a hand. A waitress recalled spilling wine on a nobleman who spoke with a Cintrian accent.
To nam treba.
Her description was not helpful. Handsome, well-dressed, with a beard. No distinguishing marks. This could be anyone. But she remembered his female companion very well, as she recognized her. On the Cintrian's arm was Cecilia Bellant.
The singer. I've heard of her. She's said to be gifted. Fairy.
The same. We went to her home immediately. Cecilia was not there, but we questioned her servants. A chambermaid claimed Cecilia is to meet a Cintrian gentleman tonight. She'd invited him to a reception mounted by the Mandragora.
Gotta nab the Cintrian. Seems we have to go to that get-together.
Ćemo da uđemo,
You
Boris.
read my mind, Witcher. I shall gather my men, surround the establishment. Not a mouse will squeeze through.
Out of the question. If the Cintrian truly does have men about the city, he will find out and escape once again.
Duchess is right. Need to be careful. Best go there, blend in with the crowd.
Precisely what we shall do.
We, Your Grace.
Doći
Geralt
sa mnom,
and
ha?
I. In that sort of company, the Witcher could use my help.
Where's the event gonna be held?
The Mandragora always assembles at the same place, a residence in Oatville. It's a very distinguished district. Geralt, you must don appropriate attire. Then meet me in Oatville in Mountebank Alley.
Ok. Nije frka. Non stop mora se preslačim za neke događaje, balove i... Ajte, molim vas. Što je ugasio?
I should double the repairs, just in case.
Važi, brat moj. Radi šta moraš.
He's no hero. That's the butcher of Blaviken.
Tako je to sve. Ajmo, idemo se obučava. Iako je to opciono, mislim da... Šta mi, braće, jeste normalni, bre? Me napadate u sred grada, jeste mi dobri, bre? Vidi ga, ovaj gard je sa mnom. Hvala, brat moj.
Didn't look like locals. Damien's right. I'm a hunted man.
Bolje se obučemo odmah kako Ana Henrietta smatra da je dobro, zato što ako se desi da odemo ovako s mačevima, možda propadne misija. Možda nas izvela odmah na startu. Nećeš valjda ti da se biješ, nećeš, ti si čuvar, odlično.
Here in Beauclair, all's right and fair.
Tu smo.
Rolling on an empty stomach.
Važi, brate, šta god. Gdje je ovaj ortak, evo ga? Pierre, končno sam došao kod tebe zapravo.
Welcome back to our northern dandy.
All jests aside, let me see what you got in your wardrobe.
I'm more than willing, sir.
Pa. Ba, nemam pojma iskreno. Evo, ajde, daj ovo. Alo. Što ne mogu ovo? Mogu, evo ga. To, ovo i ovo.
Thanks.
Never your servant, sir.
Arapapam. Užas. Užas. A ne veze.
Guess's champion.
Mount Bank Alley. Aha, mislim da ću morati sklonim mačevi sve. Mnogo smešno izgleda Geralt ovako. Užas, na šta liči.
Nice tune. Late. Why does that not surprise me?
Smorio se Geralt. Opa, što je najgore, slično smo se obukli. Maska mi treba.
Well, well. I did not expect you to have such a sense of style.
Moja ti.
Not all bad. Nothing like a budding artist, of course, but
Pogledaj, isto nam je ovo gore.
just one other detail. Here, put it on.
A mask?
All who attend the Mandragora soiree wear them. If you have one on, no one asks who you are.
A sreća Geralt nije
Let's
prepoznatljiv.
go.
Po
So
kosi,
started.
bradi i ožiljcima.
Wise of you to hide your weapons. They'd not have let us in otherwise, that's certain. How do we find the Cintrian? Have you a plan?
Key is not to spook him. Need to ask after his partner, Cecilia, first. Less likely to raise suspicions. As soon as we find her, we find him. Especially since he might be expecting us.
What do you mean?
Ran into some of his thugs in town. Knew who I was. Had it in for me.
Right. Right you are. We must proceed with caution. Come, it's our turn.
Madame, Monsieur, an extraordinary pleasure to welcome you to the Mandragora's soiree. Tonight, I particularly recommend you direct your attention to the performances prepared by artists of our community.
Ajde.
Tell us about these performances.
This evening, the Mandragora has the honor to present 3 superb displays of artistry. The first was a concert by Cecilia Bellont, a singer whose voice, were it stone, would surely be a diamond. Sadly, Mademoiselle Cecilia has sung.
Šta?
Shame. You would have loved to hear her.
Pa nije valjda otišla?
Luckily, you are in time to see the great Calesti, a master of visual illusions, come to us from far off Afir.
Visual illusions. Interesting. And the third artist?
The third and fourth, for they are a duo, are the Tuven brothers, presenting their newest pantomime.
Dobro.
We were really hoping to meet Cecilia Bellont.
You are admirers, I surmise. I'm certain you will have ample opportunity to converse with her.
It cannot be easy to identify anyone in this crowd. Perhaps you could help us find her.
I don't know where she is now, but I can give you a clue.
Let's hear it.
Seek the Kaveri orchid.
Meaning?
Cecilia wears one in her hair. You shall recognize her easily by the orchid.
Znači ima orhideju u kosi, ja?
Well, well. Dandelion's always complaining about artists being poor as temple mice.
The residence belongs to none of them. They are guests here. Oriana, she owns this. Woman in the black dress. There, on the balcony.
Got her. Doesn't wear a mask?
It would be pointless. All would know her anyway.
Kaveri orchid. Let's look for it. If we find Cecilia, we'll find the Cintrian.
Dobro. Aha, možemo i da malo učestvujemo u zabavama. Ajde vidimo šta imaju sve na raspolaganju.
Go on, Geralt, be bold.
Good folk, should you come and express yourself?
Oho, vidi ovo, možemo...
Should you tire of these hues, drop them in the pail and grab a different array. Gods, scarlet, crimson, oxblood, ice lips, full century.
Možeš samo malo se pomeriš? Hvala.
Should you tire of these hues, drop them in the pail and grab a different array. That green, lush and verdant as a field of vines.
Ko bi rekao da grožđe može ovakvu boju da...
Composition takes shape.
Yes, it's sure to be.
Quite the noble color. Splendid. The sky over Toussaint.
Or a deeply
Eto.
internalized fear of beauty.
Hoće neko da mi 15 komada treba da bacim. A gde još? Još mi treba.
Voila! Fine. Now, allow me a moment to ponder. My appraisal? The painting depicts spiritual dualism.
Ima neko da igra Gwent.
Battle between good and evil. And defiance.
Absinthe, the preferred hooch
Absinthe.
of artists.
Careful, it packs a pretty powerful punch.
I've built up a pretty powerful resistance.
Koji je rezistans od jedne čaše, ne znam gde se nalazi. Ona nije htjela da uzme. Već smo se otreznili, a?
Your thoughts as you've made no effort to understand. It's a metaphor of the constant struggle for power and influence.
Opa!
Need I remind you that
Look at the mage. I believe he's casting spells.
Yeah, we'll see.
Ajde da mu ugasimo da vidimo da li će da... vidi ga šta radi.
Ah, how beautiful.
blah blah blah. Avant-garde, schmeffant-garde. It's all about two things: coin and copper.
The dolphins. That is no ordinary illusion. The man is a true artist.
Impressive.
Look, lanterns. They say releasing them brings
Možete, molim vas da se sklonite, ljudi, ne mogu prođem od vas.
Fine. Let's give it a try.
Never suspected you believed in such things.
To je to, a? Što se tiče stvarčica koje možemo da radimo.
Blah blah blah. Pretentious. I was prepared for all sorts of criticism.
Svaka čast, Buraz. To je verovatno onaj iz Ofijeri.
It's an outrage. Cecilia, never. We are busy. We wish to be alone. Please, leave.
Ali pričao je nešto o Ceciliji.
For that stipend, I'm sure you understand. There are a great many highly qualified.
Have you seen the Skelliger Isles?
Da, jesam i bio sam tamo. I uzet ću ti sve ovo.
But are you sure it's an original? Leave us be.
Vidite, šta je sa svim ovim ljudima? Niko neće pričati, ne razumijem. Aha. Zaključano.
I'm sure you understand.
Dobro, ovdje nije verovatno. Čim smo overili sve. A ovdje? Evo je. Aha, impresionizam.
Disturb. Shoo, shoo.
It's the right flower.
Of course it is. A Koviri orchid lends just the right contrast to her complexion.
Need to talk to your model. It'll only take a minute.
To me?
Lie still. You may speak, but for love's sake, do not move.
Ajde, ali realno prvo da pohvalimo delo.
Impressive portrait.
I know the style, the stroke. This is Dorian Villes.
The gracious lady has heard of me?
I've heard Anna Henrietta herself wished you to paint her portrait once.
At one point, the palace chamberlain even wrote to me, but alas, ultimately refused my terms.
What was the matter?
When he learned I only ever paint nudes, he severed all contact. He said he would not dare offend her illustrious highness with such a proposition. I've always longed to paint her. Such a shame.
I think you may still get your chance.
We came here to meet you, specifically.
To meet me? But why?
Centrian noble you came here with. Wanted to ask you about him.
Cintrian noble. Ah, you must think I'm Cecilia.
Aha.
Confused me.
Znači nisi
Told
ti
you
ta.
not to move.
As she concluded her performance, Cecilia tossed the flower into the crowd. I caught it, but I did see the nobleman.
Gdje je otišao?
Really like to talk to him. What did he look like?
Like many here, tall, dark, masked.
Know where he might be now?
He gave Cecilia a small gift, a heart-shaped box. Then they strolled off together towards the refreshment tables.
Excuse me, madame, monsieur, I cannot work like this. You must leave now.
Dobro je, Rambo. Znači, da daje kutiju u obliku srca, a?
Love letter penned on a napkin. Look,
Oh, my amour, my son.
someone left their loot behind. Looks a little like dandelions.
This was scratched. Someone beat him with it once.
Empty heart-shaped.
Da, ona ga je prebila, znači.
Cecilia
Aha, evo je.
left it behind.
It looks like it held a flask of perfume. A gift from the Cintrian, I imagine.
Scent still hangs in the air. Let's follow it.
Znači, pratimo miris parfema.
Aren't they even? Because the right cuff seems somewhat
Opa,
Sorry, only artists in the Mandragora allowed.
Come, we must consider what to do.
bacimo aksi, bre, prijatelju.
I'd recognize that voice anywhere.
Aha.
You must be mistaking me for someone else.
I served 15 years in the palace. Your Grace, I'd not mistake you for anyone.
Shh! Not so loud. We are here incognito, on state business.
Yes, Your Grace. How may I serve?
Nice. Prvo, da, nema nikom da si rekao.
I hope we can count on your discretion.
Of course. I shall be silent as the grave.
Looking for Cecilia Bellant. Seen her?
She's in her dressing room, where she went with a nobleman. They clearly were drawn.
Što se više približavam, to se više mislim da je Cecilia mrtva.
Tall, broad-shouldered, a black beard peeping out from under his mask. and he spoke with a foreign accent, a drawl of sorts.
That must be him. We must get to the dressing room, quickly.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll take you.
No, stay here. Anyone tries to flee, you stop them.
Understood.
Nice.
Quickly, upstairs.
Zaključeno. Ovdje.
That must be Cecilia.
No pulse. We're too late.
He slit her throat. The brute.
Didn't go out the door. Guard would have noticed. Might still be somewhere here.
You must find him before he harms another. I shall alert Oriana at once. She should bring her soirée to a close.
Shouldn't split up.
Geralt, I will be fine. Go after that rogue. I shall fetch help.
Neće valjda i njoj sad nešto se desi, a?
Bloody handprint. It's his. Tore down the door. Made a platform. Clever. Must have climbed this ladder. Must be pretty strong, too. Broke the flower pot when moving the door, then stepped in the soil.
Aha, nisam vidio da imaju merdevine.
Could still be here. Need to stay alert.
Samo sekund. Ne mogu da otvorim inventor jer se obučem, a? Spremim za tuču.
Smashed mirror. Someone crashed into it hard, then sank to the floor.
Nikad nemojte propustiti priliku da lutujete.
Links of a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it. Precious stone. Bloody fingerprint on it. Thief came for this. Must have. Tiny chain links next to it. From a snapped necklace. Seems there was a struggle. Jewelry box. Locks busted. Picked open.
Znači lik je došao do opljačka. Klasičan lopov. I ovdje je pobjegao, šta je?
Blood on the window frame. Someone climb out? Fall out?
Ovo nije uzolik.
Valuable, but it's not what he came for. Sconce is bent, smeared with blood. Someone try to grab it? Empty inkwell, knocked over, turned toward the room.
Znači neko je odavde ušao.
Canvas is cut. Somebody took a knife to the painting, looks like. Hunting knife, richly ornamented. Used during the fight, probably. Jewel was in the box, it seems. Centurion tried to steal it, but someone got in his way. They fought, struggled, that's clear. Ended with one of them flying out the window. Fall had to have killed them. Jewel's still here, though, so our Centurion must have been the flyer.
Mislim, kakve veze sad ima to zlato? Mislim, nije zlato.
So, this is the tracker. A witcher, yes?
Indeed, this is him. We found the body together. Then he set off in pursuit of the killer.
And ended up here, but I've only found evidence of a fight. Seems the Centurions killed his last. Finally failed this time. Shame it happened too late for Cecilia.
Poor girl. Always told her she chose her males badly. But I would never have suspected she could arrive with a murderer.
Oriana je izgleda neka grofica.
I'll alert the staff. Have them see to her body at once. Meanwhile, we should sit. I will tell you everything in full detail.
Ajmo.
I caught him red-handed, attempting to burgle, rifling through my possessions.
What did you do? Summon the guards?
There was no time. I feared he'd escape, refused to give him the chance. He stood with his back to me, so I attacked. He struck his head on a picture frame as we struggled. He was bleeding, dazed, and then he drew a knife. Everything happened very quickly then. I knocked the weapon out of his hand and pushed him hard. He
fell out of the window.
Just so.
Bukvalno baš razmišljam o tome kako je smelo
None too
i
wise picking a fight with an armed
glupo.
robber.
Why? Because I'm a woman.
Pa da,
In a
jači od
frock
tebe.
rather than plate. I can take care of myself, I assure you. A hairpin might look like mere ornament, but plunged into an eye, it can be as effective as a blade.
No, istina.
Claim
Šnala.
the man was trying to rob you when you walked into the room?
Yes, he stood over my dressing table, pouring through my jewelry.
Mm-hmm. After this is my guess. Picked it up while searching.
Why, that's the heart of Toussaint. Oriana, how did you ever come to have it?
I bought it many years ago from a young woman.
Jewel seems important.
Srce
Why?
Tusanta.
The heart is an heirloom. It belonged to my family for years. Then it disappeared. I didn't think we would ever recover it.
Seems someone is very determined to find it. The thief left his tool bag behind. Found this drawing inside it. Look.
Da, da. To je to. Neko je definitivno krenuo po ovo nasljeđe.
The heart of Toussaint. Representation's pretty faithful. Centurion must have been on a job.
Kako nije uspio da vidi, bi bilo na stolu.
What to look for.
Ma da, okej, ova je ušla, prekinula ga.
So it is not him we seek, but his employer.
Kao što sam i
This is the
rekao.
only evidence we found.
Also happened on the weapon he attacked Oriana with. Hunting knife. Used to skin game. Got an emblem on its hilt.
This crest is used by the lords of Duntine. The present master of the castle is a passionate hunter. Our next lead, perhaps.
Vrlo moguće. Ali šta je Duntine?
Duntine. Remember the place. Abandoned ruin just a few years ago.
More recently, the family's last heir, Roderick, returned to his ancestral seat and restored the castle.
Know any more about this Roderick?
His grandfather was an advisor to Queen Ademarta. The family received those lands as a grant for his service. Roderick is quite the recluse. He avoids society, preferring the company of a small team of knights, though the latter term is imprecise, as they seem more akin to vandals with crests on their shields.
Pa čim se ovim bave? Nisu baš...
Everything we discussed here, hope you'll keep it to yourself. Counting on it, in fact. Word gets out he, failed in his attempt to steal the jewel. His employer could run. We need to proceed cautiously.
Discretion is in the interest of us all. I'll not ask what this is about, just as I expect not to be troubled about it again. By anyone.
Forgive me, Madam Oriana, but might I have a word?
You must excuse me a moment.
Oriana, any thoughts?
Few make me feel awkward, but in her presence, I sense anxiety, discomfort.
The drawing. It's on the same type of paper the victims' names were written on. Drawn with the same ink, too. Seems the work of our blackmailers.
Who were not only behind the beast's murders, but also stole the Son Real and sought to steal the heart of
Neko
the
hoće da ti preuzme tron.
The wine, the jewel, both tied to you intrinsically. Coincidence? Not something I'm willing to believe. Worried about one thing. That somewhere at the end of this scheme, plan might call for an attempt on your life.
Vrlo moguće.
It could be something else altogether.
Porodične afere, dragi moji. Neću mnogo da vam otkrivam.
My sister, Siana, might be among the schemers. She left court when we were children. My parents banished her from the duchy. I've not seen her since.
What did your sister do to get banished?
Siana was cursed.
Parents run afoul of some mage?
No. She was born at an inopportune moment. They said she was touched by the curse of the Black Sun. Geralt, is it true? Can an individual be evil because they were born during the wrong lunar phase?
Could be the case. Could also be because they were treated like lepers from birth. Isolated, prodded, ostracized. Couldn't have had it easy, Siana.
Mučena Siana.
She was angry at the whole world. She felt inferior, felt pain, though she masked this with confidence, arrogance even. She could also be cruel at times. I recall one such situation. She persuaded Cedric the Coolbird that she could see the future in her dreams. We were children, and Cedric's brother was smitten with me. It was an innocent childhood crush. Siana knew of it. She told Cedric of a dream she had had, that he would die at the hands of his own brother. Cedric stole his father's sword and killed his brother. She destroyed 2 lives with a prank. Cedric mourns to this day. In the end,
ovaj
they
htio da
forced
spreči
her to
brata.
leave the palace. A decade passed. More. I've missed her terribly since.
Moje ti, mogli se da je zoveš da se vrati?
Why?
You see, I recall her always being rather possessive, throwing jealous fits if I had something she didn't.
Here that's normal for sisters. Rivalry.
True. I suppose I gave as good as I got. There are times I miss that very much. The wine, its theft was the first clue. That's very much like her. She always did enjoy stealing my toys, but I grew almost certain when I saw the heart of Toussaint. Siana received it from father as a gift, at a time when my parents thought of her as but an ill-behaved little girl. Someone wanted some of my wine. The same someone ordered our family jewels stolen, or recovered. It's my sister. It must be.
A fallen princess satisfying whims, going after lost luxuries? Could be right.
To je to. Da nije priznala
Permission has gained new import.
ovaj... Ana Henrietta, ne bi Geralt sam nikad ovo saznao.
No matter what she did, she is not to be harmed in any way, shape or form. We must make sure of that.
Zato se ona i priključila potrazi od početka. Nije htjela da rizikuje.
I'll find her if she's there.
I hope you do. I very much wish to talk to her. Sister to sister.
Your Grace, Geralt, I'd like to introduce...
Regis! What a surprise! I had no idea you were in Beauclair. And this is...
To je Beast of Beauclair. Onaj koga želiš da ubiješ.
Detlaf van der Eretain, an arrival from Nazaire. We are lending our combined resources to the witch's hunt.
Ah, yes. Splendid. But why are you here at Oriana's?
They came to pay me a surprise visit, so I invited Regis in for a glass of wine. We've known each other for... ages. Literally.
Znači, Oriana je vampir.
Witcher, I hear you know Regis too. Even that you are friends.
Few I can rely on like I can on Regis. Kinda hoping he thinks the same of me.
Curious. It seems opposites really do attract.
Don't be fooled, dear. Geralt has many merits. He merely hides them from the world very diligently.
You said you're both aiding him with his contract. It involves the Beast of Beauclair, I suspect. Master Witcher, maybe you could satisfy my curiosity. What's it like going toe-to-toe with a monster, knowing you've only 2 options, to kill or be killed?
Despite what you might have heard, I don't lunge at every monster I see sword in hand. Talking gets the job done for some.
I wonder what a monster might have to say to you.
It might want to apologize.
My word. For what might the monster wish to apologize to a witcher?
For killing. Though at times there is no choice, when loved ones are at risk and require protection.
Da. Isto kao ljudi.
Same as humans. Put them in that situation, they'll kill too.
You understand this. It must be why you and Regis are friends. If I understand you correctly, you would rather help a monster than kill it.
If possible, yeah. Or at least try.
Enough about the witcher trait for now. Regis mentioned you come from Nazaire.
Napeto, napeto.
Fond memories?
It was wonderful. I was positively entranced by the land's fashions. Deep-cut dresses I found most fascinating.
I believe we're running short on wine. I should go to the cellar, bring another bottle.
Let me go. Wanna help Regis? Know your wine a lot better than I know mine.
We shall return forthwith.
Nije baš dobro ostaviti Anu.
Conversation, don't you think? Vampires, a witcher, and the Duchess of Toussaint? My.
Highly exceptional, Regis. Wanted to talk to you in private. You crazy bringing Detloff here?
Geralt, allow me to explain.
No, let me explain. He's dangerous, and you were gonna watch him.
But that is precisely what I'm doing. Detloff believes you'll succeed in your task, and he'll not need to kill anymore.
Tako je.
That is, not until he gets his hands on the men who kidnapped his Renna.
Oriana, she really your friend? Can she be trusted?
I met her years ago, before I met you, and before she settled in Beauclair. We'd not seen one another in... I can't begin to tell you in how long. But I shall tell you all about her some other day.
Now listen close. Managed to learn where the blackmailers are. They're based at Duntine Castle.
That's splendid news. If they are there, Renna must be there as well.
Duchess expects we'll find her long-lost sister there too.
Ja, Renica I ova su jedna ista osoba 100%.
Could be behind the blackmailing.
Do you mean to say your task now is to extract 2 women from the castle?
Mean to say we can't breathe a word of this to Detloff, who wants revenge above all else.
Geralt, you must trust me. I've got a way with...
No, Regis. Can't risk it. Gotta keep Detloff here while I go to Duntine.
Alone?
Alone. That way I can make sure neither woman will come to any harm.
I hope you know what you're doing. Fine. I shall see to Detloff. Good luck, my friend.
Hvala lepo, brate moj.
Splendidly, Detlaff. I'm grateful you brought back those memories. You're back. It took you long enough.
Contrary to what common folk believe, choosing a wine is not nearly as easy as it might seem. Especially a wine to be served to 2 exquisite ladies.
Kakav jao laskavac.
I regret all the more that I shan't finish the second bottle with you. Duty calls.
Your Grace, always a pleasure.
I thank you for your help. It's been invaluable. Geralt, will you see me out?
Bilo bi dobro da možemo se dogovorimo nešto s Detlaffom. Da na
You have
kraju...
exceptional friends. This Detlaff, an intriguing man to say the least.
Kad bi znala. Kad bi znala.
Didn't expect the evening to end like this.
Neither did I. But I have not drawn you out for a romantic stroll. I wish to make certain you know
Meni
what
se
you
ono
want
činilo
to
kao
do.
da hoće da mi se nabacuje.
Gotta go to Duntine.
I've decided my guardsmen will support you. You will meet them at Count de la Croix Mill.
Udruži više
Stands
tvoji
along the
gardzmeni.
Saint-Retour River, near the Cockatrice Inn. Captain de la Tour and his men will await you there at midnight. You shall storm the castle together.
Ako baš mora. Bolje da smo išli s Detlaffom, iskreno. Lik može se pretvori u maglu i da uradi šta hoće. Dobro, šta se radi? Se ja vraćam vamo na piće. Ne vraćam se na piće. Ne mogu da verujem. Mislim da će se vratiti i popijemo barem još nešto. Makar da se presvučemo ko ljudi. Opa, op, 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 op. Eto ga. Dobro. Silver damage, to će mi trebati kad budem išao da se bijem sa vampirima. Konačno ličim na čoveka ponovo, a ne u onome. Okej. Vidi ovo. Ne brini se ništa. Idemo do... Nisam znao da možemo da... Idemo da vidimo kako je Marlin. Ko se ne sjeća, Marlin je ona zverka s kojoj smo digli kletvu. Spotted White je bila, ili tako nešto?
If my lips don't stink of wine, my wife won't know they're mine.
Da. Ajmo sad ovako. Gde imam još jedan armor stand? Marlin? Prosto ti kosa.
I do not know how I will ever repay you, Witcher.
Don't expect to be paid. Hope you're feeling better, that's all.
Oh, yes, I feel my strength returning thanks chiefly to Barnabas Basil's care.
Horrible ordeal you endured. Glad I cut it short.
Yes, years of suffering. You know what was worse than the hunger? Watching my loved ones, my children grow old and die. All my family is long gone now. The last of my kin perished decades past. I fear I've nowhere to go.
Pa, mislim, u suštini meni ne smeta realno ako hoće da ostane ovde.
This is a big house, big estate. You can stay here.
Truly? I could never infringe so on your hospitality. Yet,
Yeah.
after all I've suffered, the years of starvation, I've but one dream. At last to prepare food that fortifies, nourishes.
I dalje ima istu želju kao što je imala dok je bila šudovišta.
Smells of spices. To sit at one table with others and eat.
Don't see a problem if that's your dream. You could help Barnabas Basil in the kitchen. Eating his meals. You know he's not a culinary virtuoso.
Nothing would make me happier. Thank you.
No, thank you. House could use a woman's touch.
I've one other thing I'd like to tell you. Many years ago, my father assembled valuables for my dowry.
Opa,
I never
ipak ima nešto.
So they remained unclaimed. These baubles are no use to me now, but to you, well, perhaps let them be a token of my gratitude. If you wish to find them, you must go to my old home, to Trastamara. The dowry lies hidden in a barrel in the cellar. There are several barrels. You must give each a knock until you find the right one.
Do just that. Thanks.
Okay.
See you later.
Take care, Witcher. And remember, you always have warm food awaiting your return.
Hvala lepo. Evo ovako. Nervira me najviše od svih, me nervira baš ovaj. Baš ovaj armor me nervira. Užasan je. Tako da... Vidi ga ovaj kakav je, bre. 16 puta lepši. Tako je. Ovdje ćemo samo da stavimo... Pantolice mice. Tako je. Realno ostalo možemo i da bacimo. Šta imamo ovdje? Imamo ovaj užasni... Ovdje imamo i čak i par oružja. Samo malo. Imamo mesta mi za to oružje. Nemamo, a? Nemamo, ljudi moji, nema mesta. Šta je ovdje? Ovdje ne može ništa. U redu. Armor stand. A u sobici? Sobici nema mjesta ni za šta. Ima zvao. Top. Nemamo trofeja. Znači, fali mi jedan trofej. Znači, ne vidimo koji je to trofej. Ne mogu da verujem da je to sve od mjesta za oružje. Baš smešno. Dalija i to, ljudi, ovo nisu neki... Ovaj jeste bezvezan mač, a ovaj drugi nije, ovaj isto dobar. Teša mutna. Erod Knight ću održim sa sobom. Uvek. Ova dva. Squire. Ovo je glupost. A ovaj? I ovo je glupost. Dobro, evo ti ovdje. Kujna. Da opet nemam bolje da postavim. Ok, to je to. Sunce izbi mi oči. Ajde vidimo. A, vraćamo se na isto mjesto, a? Ovo je sigurno nekad bila jako lepa vila. Predivno imanje. A sad ruina. Palo mi na pamet, mogu bi ovdje da napravim sebi dom, ali ko zna kako bi renovacija koštala. Aha.
This one's full too. Nothing interesting here. Full.
Me zanima kako će zvuči kad... I ovo je puna.
Nothing interesting here.
Koliko još ima? 2 komada. Imaš više. Puno.
This one's full too.
Isto puno.
Full.
Biće posljednje, verovatno. Puno.
Nothing interesting here.
Puno
This
je
one's
ovo.
full too.
Puno je ovo. Ne, nije.
Strange. That's awful pretty. It'll look great in the house.
Šta sam našao? Što smo našli? The Golden Stick of Joy. Tako beš? Zanimljivo. Možda je to... Čekaj. Da li je to posljednji trofej koji mi treba, a? Šta vi mislite? Ja se iskreno nadam da jeste. Ako jeste, to je to što se tiče kuće. Ja mislim da će to da bude sve onda ukršeno kako treba. Gde mi je fast travel? Idemo u pogrešnom smeru. Nazad, prikec. Ne znam zašto si i dalje čuo ovo kad sam skinuo kletvu i sve. Corvo Bianco. Da vidimo da li je to posljednje stvarno. Ako jeste, vrh vrhova.
Grey, yes. Scraggly, yes. But at the tourney, he knew no equal.
Jeste, tako je, bre. To je to. I dalje Gwent trofej ubedljivo najlepši, ali ne veze. Dobar je i ovaj. Dobar je i ovaj. 4 poena imamo, a? Ili imamo za nešto? Ovo mi je iskreno... Ovo želim da dostignem. Kapiram da ne radi za fall damage, nego samo kad se bijemo. Kad vitalnost dođe do 0, postanemo privremeno neubivljivi. I vraćamo 100% vitalitija. I može se desiti jednom u 3 minute, što je zapravo baš dobro. Ali opet koliko često smo bili u situaciji da smo blizu smrti, i ne toliko. Ali dobro, ne veze. Da vidim nešto. Mnogo misija. A htio sam da vidim da li imamo neki upitnik još. Evo ga, jedan ovde. Bukvalno kao poručen. I 2 ovde. I 1 ovde. Opa, ima ih. Ne želim da krećem sa ovim sad. Jer odašće nas na neku misiju koja traje verovatno malo duže. Mi nemamo vremena za tu malo dužu misiju, nego je lepše ostaviti to za drugi put. Gdje ste, braćo? Presušila reka. Ja, ne. Stonoge. U najavi. Još gore. Evo, ovi nas dovode skoro do 0 uvek. Kako jezivo izgleda ovo gnezdo. Pismo ocu. Vidi ga, on je pisao ocu pismo kako mu je čast, kako je konačno gotovo, postoje vitez. Tata se nije trudio za džabe i na kraju ga ubila stonoga. Moj ti, brate. Zašto je ovo presušilo? To mi nije jasno. Koliko je daleko sljedeći upitnik? Fino daleko. Ajmo nazad na fast travel. Svako ima nešto da kaže, to me baš iritira. Evo, idemo ovdje prvo. Pošto je dosta bliže, dosta je bliži upitnik fast travelu nego ovamo gore. To su, ja mislim, posljednja 3 koja treba da očistimo ovdje. Što puca to? Wine merchant. A, imate da vam očistim pećinu, a? Dobar dan.
Master Witcher!
Ej.
You, sir, are a witcher. The very one the Duchessa summoned.
Guilty as charged. And you gotta be someone who wants something from me.
It's like you read my mind. You see, those caves are like cellars the gods carved out for their own stores. Spacious, dry.
Just some monster lives inside.
A soothsayer. Gods be kelted, a soothsayer. So, will you help?
Might help, might not. Depends on whether we can agree on a fee.
Good. Yes, so be it.
Šta će biti prvi put da neko prihvati iz prve cenu? Na 241 smejurija.
For the sizable reward I foresee you giving me.
Ček. Smeće loot, bukvalno. Pali shield, mrale i lagano unutra. Ovdje živi neka ozbiljna zverina, a? Možda i ne. Družoti je nikad gore... šelmar. Koliko vas ima, bre, čovječe? Ne znam čemu te prozivka, Geralte. Aj, dođi. Iskreno sam očekivao da mogu da ga izbjegnem, ali... Dođi vama je. Treba ga navodno da udari u zidlik. I onda će se izvrne na leđa i bit će im mnogo lakše. Zaglavio se. Ali je lud ovaj. Ovo je možda i najluđi kog sam do sad sreo. Uš. Užasan zvuk. Da se vratim svojim mislima pre nego što sam sreo šelmara. Ovo je očajno mesto za se čuva vino, iskreno. Mora on mnogo ovdje da uloži. Ali dobro je. Plus rekao je da je suvo, nije baš suvo. Kako se sjeća ima vode. Evo ga i ovdje voda isto. Evo je i ovdje voda.
So? Well, problem solved. Shelmar that lived in the cave won't pester you anymore.
Superb! I've gained a warehouse and you've gained my gratitude.
Ajde vidimo šta ima lik da možda hoće nešto kupi, a? Evo ga, ovo ćemo prodao. Ili imaš nešto? Imamo ovo. Hoću prodam sve to, čisto mi ne stoji više. Ovo, sve. Cveće, šta je ovo? Obeležen Nilfgaardijan vojske, a? Bre, pa to možda mogu da okačim negde. Ne razumijem zašto nisam imao opciju da to okačim, a mogu sam da okačim onaj elfovski štit. Ajde, vidimo se, brate. Šta se dešava? Aha. Gde je sledeći? Ovdje, a? Ajde uradimo još taj jedan kod Fort Astre ruina. Realno, pa da, tačno zato što sam rekao Dukesi da idem s njom na keca, nisam ostao da lutujem i nisam ostao da vidim šta još ima pored toga. I onda mi je ovo izmaklo, jel te? A pitanje sad, ja mislim da ni nema ovdje gore ovih likova što sam ih, što smo ih izgruvali da ih lutujemo. Mada neću nikad znati dok ne odem da provjerim zapravo. Opa! Opa! A došli ste gostite mesom. Nema nikoga, pojeli su likovi sve, ladno. Vi ga ovaj, čuvamo ti. Bukvalno jedno telo samo želim da vidim. Ako ima jedno telo, onda znači da je još neko živ. Ne živ, pardon, da je još neko uspeo, nečiji leš uspeo da preživi. Šta je s mozgom? Leš uspeo da preživi. Kasno je. Gde je upitnik? Vidi je utvarica mica. U više komada. Izgleda se pojavila kad smo očistili ovo. Izvini, molim te. Uopšte nisam teo ti remeti mir. 47. level. Pala kao da si treći. Ovo mi realno nije trebalo, ali nema veze. Ja, mučen, nisam vidio. Vidimo šta si ti pisao. The Witch from Link's Crag. Svako će se obrati veštici da mu pomogne. To je neverovatno koliko su ovi ljudi u Witcher univerzumu ograničeni. Patnja i mučenje, to jest patnja mladog Françoise. Mora da je propatio fino. To nije moj problem. Ali ću ja vrlo rado da uzmem bilo koje blago da je on eventualno imao. I ga mjesec. Izgleda mnogo veći ovdje nego... Aha, negdje su ovdje sakriveni. Ovo je to. Iskreno. Smeće, očekivao sam mnogo bolje loot. Ali da, ne veze. Samo ovo sam htio sad da vidim. Ovdje bukvalno ja ne znam šta imam sve. Znači Ne, pardon. Inventory. Šta je sa mnom, bre? Druže, inventory, pa ovdje. Ne, ovdje. Crafting. Količina materijala ovdje. Sad da treba da sklopim neki Witcher gear, Ja mislim da bi to bilo gotovo u roku od par sekundi. Znači, što ćemo i da uradimo, verovatno, uskoro. Mutagena brda, svega i svačega. Moram samo da provjerim tačno, pošto ovaj za Kven je dobar, nije loš, ali ne vidim toliko, da mi se toliko puta Kven vrati nakon što mi ga razbiju. A to bi trebalo da imam 30% šanse, znači jednom u 3 Kvena, a jednom u 4 čak ako sam loše sreće. Tako da ćemo vidjeti šta rade drugi. Zanima me najviše Wolf School, to je Geraltova matična kuća, škola osnovna, što bi se reklo. Ali više o tome sljedeći put. Ljudi, ovdje udaramo save i od sljedećeg puta nastavljamo sa Damjanom i misijama za main quest Blood and Wine ekspanzije. Hvala vam puno što ste bili uz kanal Arena Esport i ne menjajte kanal, na pravom ste mestu. Vidimo se puno za par dana. Ćao!